Are you a messy person? Do you have a sink that's full of dirty dishes and a bedroom floor that you're not even sure is there because you can't see it through the piles of clean and or dirty clothes lying on the floor? Well, I'm here today to tell you that there is no such thing as a messy person. There are only messy habits. And that's actually a good thing, because if it's a habit, that means that you can break the habit. And that's why today I'm sharing this list of messy habits that are cluttering up your home and giving you a few tips and strategies to help you kick the bad habits and swap them out with tidy habits instead. I'm Marissa, and this is A to Zen Life, where I teach you the A to Z of simplifying your home and restoring balance to your life. Let's dive in. Messy habit number one is that you're not making the bed in the morning. And this is important because if you think about it, your bedroom is the last thing that you see before you go to sleep. And it's the first thing that greets your eyes when you wake up in the morning. And when you make your bed in the morning, you're setting the tone for the rest of the day. And that one flat, clear surface kind of gives you a launch pad to tidy up more stuff the rest of the day. Maybe it's coming back in to sort laundry and you have a clean bed to sit down to. That's where I sort my laundry and I do the folding. And I know that I like and enjoy doing the laundry more when I have a nice, clean, tidy bed instead of a bed that's a mess. And research shows that people who live in cluttered environments are more likely to experience sleep deprivation and insomnia, or just have trouble sleeping in general. And so making the bed is one of those things that has been found to actually improve sleep and sleep hygiene. And then in a clean and tidy environment, you're more likely to feel well rested, which is more likely to make you have a positive state of mind. And it's going to make you more likely to keep up those good clutter-free and tidying habits. Messy habit number two is that you haven't put your entryway routine on autopilot. And if you're someone who just kind of throws your stuff down wherever when you come in the home, that's a recipe for misplacing and losing things, which can waste a lot of time searching for them when you're trying to get out the door, which can quite often make us late to work, late to school, late to wherever. And in fact, one study found that Americans on average spent 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. Just like your bedroom, the entryway is also an important space because it's the first thing that greets you when you come home and the last thing you see when you head out the door for the day. My husband is Chinese and he introduced me to the concept of feng shui. And in feng shui, they believe that the entryway is a critical point in your home because that's where you welcome the flow of positive energy into your home. And therefore, if you have a lot of trash and clutter and shoes and coats and things lying around in the entryway of your home, that can lead to this feeling of stuck energy. Whereas if you have a clean and tidy entryway that allows the good and positive energy and good luck to flow into your home and bring you all the goodness that comes along with it. Now, even if you don't believe in feng shui, you probably know that when your entryway is a mess, it can make you feel really stressed out and overwhelmed. So I encourage you to think about your entryway routine and figure out what habits you can create as far as coming home that will help you keep everything organized and tidy right when you walk in the door. So as for my family and myself, when we walk in the door, the first thing we do is close the door and lock it. Then we take off our shoes. Sometimes my kids need to clean the sand off their feet if they've played at the sand park at school. Then what I do is I reach over and I put my keys in the small wooden bowl that sits in my husband's office on his cabinet. And then we all hang up our coats on the coat rack, and then we all head to the bathroom to wash our hands to clear off the germs from the day. And because we've created these habits and made this routine, that means that when I need to go looking for something to leave, I always know where it's going to be, whether it's my keys or my purse or the shoes that my children want to wear. Everything has a place, and therefore it's easy to find what we need when we're ready to head out. Messy habit number three is that you shop according to impulse. And you might be wondering, what do your shopping habits have to do with your home being messy? Well, it actually has a lot to do with it, because when you're shopping based on emotions and you're making these impulsive buys and then you bring them home only to realize you didn't really want or need that thing, then those things are likely to then become clutter that's just taking up a lot of space in your home and wasting your time maintaining it and the money that you spent buying it. So if you're able to look at your shopping habits and stop those impulse buys before they happen, then you're going to cut out a lot of the clutter before it can even enter your home. Basically, you're cutting off clutter at its source. Clutter can't become clutter if it never has the chance to enter your home. I've actually done an entire video on impulse buys and how to stop them, so make sure to go check out this video if that's something that you need help with. Messy habit number 4 is that you're putting things down instead of putting them away. And take, for example, this Pringles container. After I'm done with the Pringles container, I might be tempted to just set it down and leave it on the counter. But when I do that over and over with the things in my home, let's say in my kitchen, I just keep setting things down on the counter instead of putting them away. Well, over time, those are going to build up and make the flat surfaces in my kitchen feel cluttered when I could have taken just a few moments to simply put the one thing away right when I was done with it. So instead of simply putting things down once you're done with them, make it a habit to put them away instead. And that means that you'll save yourself the effort later trying to put a whole bunch of stuff away all at once.
By the way, I would just like to say that this is by far the most enjoyable thumbnail I've ever shot for my YouTube channel. Sour cream and onion Pringles are my favorite, and this is the exact moment my husband walked in on me and discovered me sitting there taking this picture. So that was fun. Messy habit number 5 is that you can't stop procrastinating, and this kind of goes hand in hand with habit number 4, except it goes beyond just not putting things away after you're done using them. It can also extend to avoiding making decisions about things, like let's say that you're trying to declutter the clothes in your closet, but it's such an uncomfortable feeling and you feel so overwhelmed by the task that you just keep pushing it off until the point where maybe your closet door or your dresser drawer doesn't even close because you've just allowed things to pile up for so long. The worst thing about procrastination is that it can become a cycle where the more you put things off, the harder they become to deal with, and the harder they become to deal with, the more you avoid them. And then the more you avoid them, the more that they pile up and overwhelm you even further. And this can be a tough cycle to break.
I am also a procrastinator, and I have found that the most effective way for me to stop procrastinating is to focus on the one small thing that I need to do to take the step towards my end goal. So I'm not focusing on my big lofty goal that's at the top of the mountain. I'm just focusing on that one small step that I need to take that's right in front of my face. And then once I take that step, then I can take the next step after that and the next step after that. And eventually, if you keep taking those small steps, you're going to reach your destination. Also, it might interest you to know that this tendency that we have to procrastinate and put off things that we see as too complicated or not enjoyable actually has a name, and it's called the law of least effort. And if you'd like to hear more about this law and the other laws of nature and human behavior and psychology and the universe that can help you declutter your home up to 80% faster, make sure to go check out this video, or I'll see you next week. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.